His face has never made the cover of Time. Most of us had never heard his name. But what he sells flows in the veins of most of America's junkies. He is the world's biggest drug dealer. And News Center 4's Gary Rebstock went to Burma to get his story. Gary?
Sylvia, in one of the poorest valleys in Burma lives a man named Khun Sa, and he is a multi-millionaire. But like the beautiful red poppies that grow in his fields, Khun Sa is not what he appears. He is a father whose trade kills children, a monarch who cries freedom, a drug dealer who builds schools, a man who holds much of America captive.
In my opinion, Khun Sa is obviously one of the most notorious drug traffickers in the history of the world.
The general would be a hero to you?
Yes, not only for me, for the Shan peoples.
In the United States, I would rank him as public enemy #1.
I think he is freedom fighters.
Khun Sa and his group had laid on an assassination attempt of our group, either an assassination or a kidnapping.
Who is this man with the haunting laugh, who's accused of trying to kill a U.S. congressman, who's considered a hero by his people, who has his own private army, who travels his land in a white pickup truck with 6 armed guards in the back, and whom you've probably never heard of? And how did he come to be the world's biggest drug dealer? That's what we went to find out. Khun Sa lives in what is called the black area of Burma, the Shan state, called black because it is not controlled by the Burmese government. It lies south of China and west of Laos and Thailand. To reach Khun Sa's Homong compound, you enter the Shan state illegally from Thailand. From the border, it is a 12-hour trip by mule and on foot, through dense jungles and thick forests. The Shan state is a mountainous region. It is one of the most beautiful places on earth, and also one of the poorest. Life has changed little for most people here in the last 100 years, but the Shan state is the perfect place to grow opium poppies. That is how Khun Sa justifies his business to the outside world. But for the support of his people, he appeals to their patriotism. Each morning, Khun Sa's soldiers sing the Shan national anthem, an anthem for a nation that does not exist. The Shans were promised their independence 30 years ago by the Burmese, but have never received it. For Khun Sa's soldiers, his history makes him the perfect role model. Khun Sa was 13 when World War II ended, the same age many of his soldiers start training today. Their future is his past. He has been fighting all his life, but not always for Shan independence.